live, y'all. It's day 4. Welcome, 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 y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Getting ready to go live over here on TikTok. Getting my screen set up. Getting ready to go live, y'all. We are day 4 of this 21-day challenge. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's see what today's topic is, y'all. See what today's topic is. It is. I didn't post it up on the screen, but I got it, y'all. I got it. 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 Today's topic. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this ready over here. Day 4 of 21-day challenge. Visibility challenge. At that, you are your brand. Just in case you didn't know that, you are a representation of your brand. 21 days of visibility. We are day 4, y'all. We are day 4. We are day 4. Get ready to go live over here on Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, y'all. So let me get my stuff together right here real quick, y'all. Real quick, real quick, real quick, real quick, real quick. So I gotta get myself together. Let me pull up my content for today, y'all. Let me pull up my content for today. Trying to find my hold on. Y'all know I have to use my other computer when I can't get to find what I need. So let's get back over here. Get that pulled back up. Let me get my computer set up. I won't be able to see you guys if y'all come up because I'm gonna have to use the screen. So let me get going, y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, y'all. We are day 4 of the 21-day challenge. Let me see what's going on. I don't know what is going on. But you know what? I don't even feel like fooling with this right now. I don't even feel like fooling with that right now, y'all. Computer ain't want to act right. Now it's want to come up. So y'all, this is what we deal with when we dealing with this. What's the name? We just keep it real. We just keep it real. We just be keeping it real. And this is what we be dealing with when we dealing with these different devices and these different little things. Y'all, I'm trying to get set up, trying to get stuff going for you guys, so I can go ahead and get this challenge for today out of the way because we're still doing the 21-day challenge, visibility challenge, where we are showing our brands and being visible, making connections, connecting with those that support the things that we do. So y'all, I am getting ready to pull up our challenge for today. For those that are authors, if you're not attached to the 100 author movement, you still have an opportunity to get attached. Know that you can still get attached to what we're doing over there. Um, it's all about the 4 C's, and the 4 C's is communicate, connect, collaborate, create, and community build. The 4 C's is connect, communicate, collaborate, create, and community build. That's what we're doing over at the 100 Author Movements. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. If you are an author, you might want to hang around. If you are an author, you may want to stick around. This is I Am an Author. And we are currently doing a 21-day challenge, a part of the 100 Author Movement. So I am live right now, getting ready to discuss my day 4. We have, so, okay, I have to take this call. Hello. Yeah, I have to take this call because this is one of the guys calling from the prison. I think it's Cornell. So I have to take this call. So I'm gonna take this call and then I'm gonna jump back on here and we're gonna talk about. I'm still gonna be live, but I'm just gonna take this call so I can and then I'm gonna jump back on and we're gonna talk about that challenge. Y'all see, I told y'all this is what we do. We adapt. We adapt to what we're doing. So I'm alive right now. So what I'm going to do is have this conversation with you guys. So hey, Mr. Cornell, how are you? I am currently live on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and Substack. So we were getting ready to talk about our day 4 challenge, but you called in. So, I always have to yield the floor to you guys when y'all call in because I advocate and I support you guys. So, how are you today?
Ma'am, I'm doing great today, ma'am. And yes, ma'am, it's a beautiful day. So thank you, ma'am, for allowing me this opportunity, ma'am, to be a voice and to speak on your show today. So thank you very much, ma'am.
So, what can I say is going on in the current TDCJ?
Well, ma'am, a lot of guys have asked me questions about why is this system so broken, okay, and what is it that the outside people are trying to do to fix it. Well, ma'am, it seems obvious that nobody's really, I'm not saying that ain't nobody trying to do something, but whatever it is they're trying to do, ma'am, it's not even enough. Because it's like the handle is not even moving, ma'am.
Well,
because we
first,
still got
and you got to understand this too, Cornell. We as people have to understand this. We are talking from a black perspective. These white people don't want to hear nothing we got to say. So we're having to work extra, 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 extra hard. So what may take white people only 10 years, it's taking us 30, 40, 50 years to even get people to start recognizing. Y'all may think that nobody sees, nobody hears, nobody is doing anything, but baby, trust and believe there's so many people out here that is going to war. That Jasmine Crockett from Texas, and she's something to be messed with, and let them keep messing with her. I'm voting for her. I'm writing her in the next election if don't nobody vote her in. If she ain't on the ballot, I'm writing her in because she need to be our next president. If you want the truth be told, right now she's the only person I see that's walking around with a backbone and truly representing, and it's not about no agenda. This lady could be about so much more, but she's not. She's truly showing that she's about her people. And if we had 1,000 more of her, we probably could be really seeing a change. But it's going to take all of us, and it's going to take us doing something and not just talking. I mean, we can write people all day and we can run for office and we can get in these offices and we can sit there, but we're going to have to do the work. And it starts with
And you're
us.
right. And you're right, ma'am. See, I remember the times when you started following her, when she made a statement that her constituents in Austin or in the capital was not doing nothing. That they act like they didn't understand the process. And when she said that, you was like, wow, she's standing up. She act like she talking like she got a backbone. So I do recall, man, when you started following her. And you have been following her ever since. And this was way last year somewhere. So, it's obvious, ma'am, that, like you say, she's been a voice for the people in the right way, and that if we had others like her, then things could possibly change. But, ma'am, as of right now, ma'am, these guys over here are stressing pretty bad because it's over 15,000 people to make Corona, and we still here.
So when was the last time one of them had their family members go to down to the state house? When was the last time one of them had their family members to write a letter to their state representative? When was the last time one of them had a family member to contact their governor to make some traction? I mean, we say all this stuff and we say what ain't going on, but what are we doing to make some noise? And not just write a letter one time. Are we writing every week? Are we writing? Uh, are these people knowing who you are? Are they, when they get your email, are they saying, "Oh, it's her again"? Or is that what they're saying? Because I can guarantee you that's what they're saying about me because I'm not letting up.
Okay,
And
that's
that's
a
the
good point to be
attitude,
made.
and that is the attitude that everyone else need to have. If that not the attitude and the drive and the motivation and the determination that they have, then it's not going to work. We can write a letter one time and say, "Oh well, we've done something." No, we've not done anything.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I can say that since meeting seen you, ma'am, and since being a part of your platform, ma'am, you have effectively pushed the pill for us. Because, ma'am, you have figured out a way how to tag everybody at one time. And I've been here, I've listened to you read their emails back to you. So asking the question about these individuals' families, reaching out to these individual state representatives and governors and stuff like that, ma'am, sometimes it makes me think that they don't know what they're doing. Or that the people that they do talk to, like a clerk or secretary, ma'am, they're not getting the results that they're asking for. But I've seen you.
But do you stop once you get that one person that does not give you the result? You know what? You got to keep going. You got to tap into that person that is going to help you. Like everybody is not a person that's not going to help. And then if you tag a lot of people, if you tag people that see that other people, when people start seeing that other people are being tagged and other people are being attached and other people are being, it's called accountability. When you are holding people accountable. So I don't just send it to one person. I send it to a lot of people, even to people that may not have nothing to do with what I'm writing about. And you know what they tell me? They said this is not for my department, but I'll forward it on to another department. Why they do that? Because in the beginning they wouldn't doing that, but why they do it now? Because they see that other people are attached to it. They see that other people see this. It's not just them in this email, that is other people in this email too. So maybe they need to try that.
And that's true. You're absolutely right, ma'am, because I'm sorry for myself. Ma'am, I have been locked up for a long time. And you can believe one thing, I have never ever seen, since the time of my incarceration, over 40 state representatives, the states, the directors. I have never seen all these people come to one unit at one time. Never. Chris Carter, Keith and Brewster, all these people came to this unit because you put a post out there complaining to them about the unconstitutional living conditions here at Fabian State Jail Facility and Dominguez unit.
Yeah, and they need to do their job.
Third-party calls are allowed.
And how
They actually came.
and there they go with the third party call. Stop listening so hard, and you won't think we on the third party call because we're not on the third party call.
Well, ma'am, they did come, and they have been fixing everything that they can find. They shut the kitchen window down because they're not washing them dirty trays in that washing machine, in that washing them or in the trash cans.
So they doing their job. They're doing their job. They're making sure that you have a safe environment to cohabitate. You know, it's not about trying to make what they say. We trying to make it comfortable. No, it's not about making it comfortable. We just trying to make you do your job. We're just trying to make you to make it human habitable and not treat people like animals because just because people have committed a crime or in a lot of their cases are wrongfully and overly incarcerated. That's what we're finding out a lot of in the state of Texas and a lot around the United States that concerns our brown people. A lot of them are wrongfully and overly incarcerated. And then on top of that, we have to deal with the inhumane things that's going on. We complain about what they're doing in El Salvador and all those other places. Well, if y'all are as disheartened about that, then think about what's happening right here on our own soil. Those same things are happening right here within the prison system. You tell me how a lot of these prison systems are getting drugs in when you getting strip search darn near when you go visit. So a lot of the wardens I hear are saying that it's the family's reason why a lot of these drugs and stuff is circulating inside of the prison system, which is totally a lie. There's not no family members reason why they want to say no. Family members are sending money because they think their loved ones need something, and then when they find out that their loved one is on drugs, then I can guarantee you they're stopping. They're not contributing to sending of no money to contribute to no habit that was developed inside that prison system. Because as I'm listening and talking to a lot of these people that are inside the prison system, their loved ones were not on drugs when they went in. So they developed this habit and they developed this addiction on the inside. You know, and that is across the board. That's what I'm seeing across the board. And that is a problem. That is a serious problem,
Okay.
and it needs to be addressed. And it needs to start with the warden because he's in control of what goes on in his facility. So if he's saying that it is the family members, then what are you doing to make sure that the family members are not contributing? You know, you have a part that you can play too.
Yes, ma'am. That's true, ma'am. And see, you made a point yesterday on your live regarding the fact that these people can do better by these inmates, especially those that have already been granted this parole, ma'am. They should be able to set up an establishment, ma'am, where these people are being screened and these people are being placed in their right category of individuals.
Okay.
They got more than
I wrote an
15,000 people
article.
already.
I've wrote these people. I've told these people. I've been speaking about that. I've even asked TDCJ if they wanted to sit down with me, and I can work. I really could work on a program with them to show them how they can work the inmates through the system, and it's a better system than what they're doing. Just like we run IEPs for these kids and determine what they need to be able to graduate, and making sure that they follow this plan so that they can graduate, then that's what we need to be doing in these prison systems. What is the classification really doing? When you're classifying
That's right.
these inmates, how are you classifying them? That's the whole purpose of the classification process. The classification process, they should have these facilities, and I say it again, and I'm not going to change what I'm saying. The facilities should be designed and set up to facilitate whichever rehabilitation program that you're sending this person to. If you're sending them to a trade program, if they're going to be learning a trade while they're there in the prison system, then you send them to a program that's going to allow them to be able to get that trade. If their objective is to get a 4 year degree or whatever type of degree, then you send them to a program that's going to allow them to get that degree. If they have a drug problem, then you need to send them to a program that's going to help them work with that drug problem. So that when they come back out, when they go through this process, while they're being rehabilitated, they're truly being rehabilitated and not just pushed through. And that's what's happening. So when you got a process in plan ahead of time, then you can adjust and adapt to situations as they come up. But when you go in with no plan, you gonna have what you have there in TDCJ because they don't have a plan. They making stuff up as they go. And we see this because we see it as things are playing out. We see the programs that they do have in place in certain other places, and they are working. So why have you not modeled that program in other programs, in other facilities? You got over 100 and something facilities, but you only doing this program in one or two places, and then you talking about the success of the program, but then really it's not a success because it's not TDCJ worldwide. It's not through the whole prison system. It's only at that facility. So if you can model that throughout the prison system, then we can start seeing a change. Then we can start seeing stuff. But until we do that, we're not going to see. We're going to continue to see the same thing. And until these loved ones and these people that vote in the state of Texas, these citizens into the state of Texas decide that they want better and they want a better system, it's gonna continue to be the same thing because you ain't got nobody going that you ain't got nobody that's wanting to stand up, that's running for offices, that's coming in and saying, okay, this is what we need to do. This is the changes that need to be made. I guess I need to move to Texas.
Well, ma'am, you're absolutely correct on a lot of that, ma'am. And like right now, Miss Elma Allen, these people are pushing bills right now, asking for information on classes and programs, but they're not coming over here looking at this stuff for themselves to see what the problem is.
Okay, can I get some people to tag Alma Allen? Can I get some people to tag Alma Allen and ask Alma Allen? If you are in Texas, please tag Alma Allen and ask her why she's not doing her job. If you are a Texas citizen and you are tuned in on this TikTok, this YouTube, this Twitch, ask Alma Allen why she's not doing her job. And listen to what the people are saying. The people are speaking, and the people that are speaking are the people that are concerned, the ones that y'all are talking about, the ones that are behind these prison walls. So go ahead, tell Alma Allen what you want her to do.
And yes, she's been always asking regarding information about the programs, but she's not doing anything because I have been writing her
Okay,
about
I'm
the
asking
program.
you. I want you to tell her. We don't want to talk about what we have done. We want to talk about what we need her to do. So tell her today, live on air, what you need Alma Allen, Representative Alma Allen, to do.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. My name is Cornell Drummer. I'm a Texas prison inmate of 35 years, head the state jail felony Dominguez unit, the rehabilitation FI6 program. And I am coming to you, ma'am, as a state representative pushing bills regarding the rehabilitation divisions of these programs. And I'm asking for you, ma'am, to get in with this, to come and see what's going on in these facilities and see that these facilities are broken and we are not getting the tools we need, nor are these people releasing us from our parole. We have been made parole over a year ago and we're still here. Some people have made 18 months ago and they're still here. They have halfway houses in all of these cities who are full to capacity, but inmates are being held in these facilities after making parole and completing the FI6 program and cannot be released because halfway houses are full to capacity. But the state of Texas is not doing anything to try to clarify this issue, to try to fix the system to where these people don't have to wait that long to be able to get out of prison.
And I'm gonna put a challenge out since this is what's needed. So and we know what's going on. So I'm gonna challenge my brown people. I'm gonna challenge my black and brown people that got the funds, that got the resources, they got the know-how to come together, y'all. It's time to come together. If we know we need halfway houses, then why we not building halfway houses? Why we not raising up halfway houses so that our family members, our brothers, our sisters can come home from prison and come home from prison and get back into the world and be productive citizens? We hear the need. So if we hear the need, then why we are not meeting the need as black and brown people? These are our people that are in need. So why are we not standing up and why are we not developing this in our community if we know that there's a need? So Texas, I'm calling on you to stand up. The citizens of Texas, my brown and black people, I need you to step up and stand up. If you have the resources, if you have the know-how, then I need you to come together and I need you to get on this. We need halfway houses for our black and brown people so that they can come out of prison, so they can transition, so they don't have to be 18 months over their release date. Why? Because it's doing nothing but fattening the pockets of Texas. Because it ain't doing nothing but putting money in their pocket. Because we know it's all about a dollar. Everybody know what it's all about. We know the prison system was never designed for us, never will be designed for us. And until we stand up and do something about it, we're still going to continue to hear these stories. It's not going to change.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you, ma'am. You know, that's good to be pushing that to Miss Elma Allen to get her involved with this, ma'am, because her and a lot of other state representatives need to know what's going on. They need to come and see for themselves that this is broken and that they need to contact the parole board and have them to do better by making sure that these people have a release date immediately upon their completion of the program. They got one guy over here, he's in two programs by the parole board. FI3 and FI6. So they double bill and getting money from him from FI6 and money from him from FI3. This is not right.
Well, I got your co-host. I got your co-host on. Co-host is on thoughts because she just tagged Alma Allen. So we got Alma Allen tagged in this post. So go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Shanette.
You know, that it's this subject. You know, this one is very close to my heart, and we're not playing about our men of color over there in Texas or all over the world. You know, for
Period.
African Americans to be 13% of the population, we have 37% of our color men, women are in prison. Being that Texas is the number one state that house all of them, United States is the highest country that convict men and women of color wrongfully
Yeah.
Statistics don't lie.
All you gotta do is Google. You Google Texas. You can Google the corruption in Texas. You Google Texas judicial system. You Google it, and it's gonna give you the God honest truth, and you can see it. It's nothing that nobody's making up. This is something that is happening, and then everybody run to Texas. Everybody run to Texas for what? Everybody was running Texas for a long time, just running to Texas, and then what was happening? All our people getting locked up. All our black and brown people getting locked up and in prison.
Exactly. And they, every week, well, they haven't put nobody to executed nobody this week, but for the all of May, it seemed like every week they was executing someone
Yeah.
over in Texas. It's just like, oh, let's hurry up and get
They
away from
lead the
this.
country. They are in the top five in execution. So they don't care. You got Governor Hot Wheels that don't care nothing. He so far up Trump's behind. That's all he can do. Worrying about
But you,
providing some beds for immigrants. He want to provide beds to house ICE people, but you don't want to try to help get these people out of prison because he know what it's about. It's all about money. All you got to do is follow the money trail. You follow the money trail. You follow. You want to find out why those people are not going home. You find out about the people that's managing that facility over there because it's not TDCJ. They have other people. They have third party people that are coming in, contractors that are coming in and running these facilities. So if you want to know why these prisoners are not going home, because it's all about the dollar. It's all about the dollar. TDCJ don't want their hands in it, so they contracted to somebody else. But I can guarantee you that they already got their monies out of it, so they've probably already pocketed theirs. So now they don't even care. You can tell because if you look at the facility and what was going on in the facility, it's too much was going on over there. These people had one toilet, one shower for 58 people. You flushed the toilet and feces was coming up, running all over the floor. That is unhumane. You don't even animals shouldn't even be treated like that. A lot of us in America treat our animals better than we treat those people that are incarcerated. Because I'm gonna tell you, Angel back there, my mama baby, that baby is spoiled and gets so her cage ain't dirty. Yeah, she get fed, and when she barks, she get to go out. It ain't no unsanitary stuff. So if we can treat animals like royalty, then why can't we treat our humans like they are humans and not like animals? That's all we asking, and to give them the right tools and the right things that they can have to transition back into this world. All they ask is for a chance. A lot of you guys that are out here on the outside, if the truth be told, a lot of you guys need to be behind the prison wall, but you didn't get caught.
Yes, ma'am. Well, here's a guy who's completed the program. His name is Mr. Holiday. He's a good friend of Mrs. Shanetta. Let's talk about it. And he would like to speak and say and tell y'all that he completed the program and tell y'all what his problem is and why he can't get out of prison. His
All
name
right.
is Mr. Holiday. Hello? Oh, I
what's
just
going on?
completed the program about 4 days ago. And there's 30 people on the whole Dominguez unit and I already completed the program, but we still sitting here and holding up bed space. So people in Huntsville and the clarification workers say they're saying that they got phases to go through, and that's bull cone. You know what I'm saying? They just try got us sitting over here holding bed spaces. I'm sitting waiting. My paperwork I already been sent through on an email saying successfully completed, but they fail to still set us. They wait like a month or two before we get a date. And it's hard for me to get a date because I'm still stuck on the Dominguez unit instead of not in my release unit where I'm getting release from, which is the Pam Linsky State Jail. So I'm trying to figure out why is it so long for me to sit here and wait on the date.
And I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, so do they not have a program at the facility that you are supposed to be released from?
They got one over there.
So why didn't they send you to the facility that you're supposed to be released from to complete your program so that you wouldn't have to go through that? so that you will already be at your facility. And once you complete the program, they can go on and transition you out. See, that's the issue that I have. And that's what I've been telling from the beginning. Every time I write them, that's what I tell them. This is something that needs to be taken care of when y'all come in during classification. And you wouldn't have these issues. Like, that's something that leadership need to address. That's a leadership issue. And that should be addressed during classification. It just and I say it again, just like we have EIPs for the kids in school, EPIs and all this stuff to track these kids that have issues in school, to make sure that they graduate and make sure that they're able to fulfill the needs to what they're supposed to do to graduate. That's the same thing that the prison system needs. Ain't nothing different. We're trying to get them through rehabilitation. So we need steps to getting them through rehabilitation. It's not going to change. Like, if you put these things in place, they work. If you work them, but see, people don't want to do their jobs, and we've seen that over and over inside of TDCJ. They don't want to do their jobs. So this is what's happening. And then they brush it off and they brush it off and then they put it out. Because I can guarantee you what's gonna happen is they're gonna blame the company that did y'all program. They're gonna be the reason why y'all was held up and all that, and it's gonna go back and forth. And they're gonna keep putting the blame back and forth because that's what they do. TDCJ is known for that. But I've given them an outlet. I've given them. I just told I went through my master's program, my bachelor's program, writing on TDCJ, their policies, their procedures, and how they operate. That is what I managed to grab a cum sum laude and this student of distinction on honor. So I must have did something right. So I'm just telling TDCJ, and I'm telling them again, if you need somebody to sit down with you and willing to walk with you through this so that we can better serve the inmates, so that they can be better prepared and productive citizens when they come back out, so that this don't be a revolving door. And see, that's something that they are not doing. They are designed for this to be a revolving door. They want you to keep coming back, and they want to make it hard for you to get out. That's their whole agenda. And when we realize that, hey, family members need to get involved.
Well, ma'am, this is the problem I'm having right now. What I'm trying to get help on is seeing that I can get transferred into my pickup unit, which is the Panamint State Jail, because if I feel like I can get transferred to my unit, I feel like that my release date a step, it'll come quicker than it is me sitting on the Miguel's unit, still in the program, and I already completed it.
So do they not know? Do they not know you're supposed to be at that unit?
Nah, they don't. They know I'm supposed to be there. They just feel to do their job, like you was saying.
So
These
if
people know I graduate.
so if they okay, I'm trying to figure out if we contact them and ask them for a transfer, what would make them give you a transfer over making them do their job? Because if they know you completed this program and that you're not supposed to be at that facility, that you're supposed to be at this other facility that we're asking for a transfer for, then what's gonna make them give you a transfer? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's gonna make these people do other than their job? Because their job, you telling us that you're completed. So if you're completed, then why don't they just send you where you're supposed to go?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get somebody to find out for me. They got to contact the RPD division and let them know why we got inmates sitting in this program over there that's successfully completed, and they've been waiting. Why we can't get them until they go home unit instead of sitting over there holding up bed space for somebody else that's trying to get into the program. You got people getting in the program 2 or 3 months late, and then y'all setting dates 2 or 3 months late. So then you got to wait to complete. So it's the system they got going on. So I'm asking for somebody to help me get to my unit. I'm getting released from.
So he's putting in a plea, y'all. So can you tell the people who you are and how they can help? Because I'm gonna be honest. I have written a couple of letters.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
Well, I have written a couple letters. Well, they're gonna have to call back. But I have written a couple letters. I have addressed this. We have even looked into the management company that is over there running this particular program at TDCJ, and we see the issues that are going on over there. And just like we say, we follow the money trail. Shanette, we follow the money trail. Then what? So y'all, Shanette is one of the hosts. She is actually the host of Let's Talk About It. She and Cornell are co they are co hosts. Cornell is the guy that y'all heard first, that called in. He is Shanette's um co-host. And they're on first and third Mondays. And this is what they talk about. This is the things that they bring to awareness. So if you have a loved one that is incarcerated, no matter where they are incarcerated, Shanette has a husband that's incarcerated in Colorado. So she goes hard for Colorado. Um, Cornell is in Texas. We go hard for Texas. We have individuals in Florida, Alabama, Georgia. If you have a loved one and you would like to bring some awareness to their case, if they have been wrongfully or overly incarcerated, and you need to bring some awareness to their case, Shanette is definitely someone that can get you on the show, and we can get to talking about your case and get it out there. We do clips, we do reels, and we try to, highlight it. We run it in the magazine. We want people to know, what is happening to our brown people all over this world. It's not just happening here in the United States either, because if you listen to Dr. Chen talks about it, she shares about it, things that are happening in the Virgin Islands and even in Africa, different places. So know that this is a problem. This is a problem, and it needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. And we're going to do what we can to continue to bring light to it. I tell you, y'all, being a journalist and being on here and being you got to learn how to adapt. So today we truly had to adapt. I jumped on. My intentions was to come on and to talk about today's today's challenge. So since I have Shanette on here with me, y'all, and they are calling back. So let me get them back on. Today's challenge was to share your space, your writing space, to share where you work and where you make your magic happen. So y'all know that I am a visionary of the Crew Podcast. I am the editor in chief of Aspiring Authors Magazine. So I this is where I do most of my work. Um, on the computers. This is what I do. So y'all have had a chance to actually see me at work, to see me doing a little bit of what I do. Maneuvering. This is what I do. So I had to adjust. So I'm set up. I'm standing up right now. Working on two computers and two phones, y'all. That's what I'm doing. Working on two computers and two phones, because I want to make sure that I get this message out. I want to make sure that we're able to truly be a voice for those that do not have a voice. So Cornell and Holiday is back, and we want them to continue to address this issue that is currently taking place inside of TDCJ, and that is these individuals are being paroled, and once they are being paroled, they are just being sit. They're sitting and they're waiting to be released. So you have Holiday, who's at a unit. He's completed the program. I think he completed the program about 4 days ago, and now he's waiting to go to the unit where he's supposed to be released from. So my thing is, and like I said before, and I stand on this, this should be taking place in classification. When you assign them to a unit, and see, this is what they do so that they can keep moving them around and keep putting them in different places and keep doing this. Okay, if you know that they are going to be coming out at this unit and you're going to be moving them around, then you know that that's still their exit unit. So you put that on as their exit unit. So when they're ready to go to their program to exit the TDCJ, the exit the system, then that's where they go and that's where they work on their program. If it's a 6 month program, they go there, they do their 6 months, and they go home. They're already there, so you can transition them out. That's simple, y'all. That is simple, but yet you see TDCJ makes it hard. TDCJ makes it hard. There's a prison system in Texas. I mean, in Tennessee, y'all. They found out how to do it, and they are doing it. And some more prison systems need to model that prison system. It can be done if it wants to be done, but it's all about a dollar. It used to be $1 million industry, then it turned into $1 billion industry, but now y'all, it's $1 trillion industry, and it's being funded and off the backs of our brown people. Because if you look at the percentage of people that are inside these prison systems, they look like us. They look like us, and they're getting younger and younger, y'all. They're getting younger and younger. And with the new administration in, if they feel like our babies can go to work, they can go hold a job and they can work at 7, then guess what they're gonna start doing with these laws? These laws are gonna start dropping on down too. If they feel like your baby can work and hold a job, because your current president, your current administration shipping everybody out. If he don't ship, he trying to get everybody out of here, trying to get everybody out of here so he can put your babies to work. So put your babies to work, y'all. If you don't know, you better wake up, because the child labor law, where it used to be 18, y'all, it's no longer 18. Y'all, it's 7. So your babies can go to work at 7. So guess what? You know why they messing with the educational system? You know why they are disrupting the educational system? Because now they say, well, if they don't want to send them to school, they don't want you to send them to school. And they know a lot of us are not wanting to send them with the things that they're doing. So they say, okay, they're going to homeschool them. So since they want to send them, they don't want to send them to school, then they're going to make them go to work. So now you're going to have 7 and 8 year olds going to work. Because y'all know what they did back in the day. A lot of our parents and our grandparents, y'all, they had to quit school. A lot of them only went up to the 8th grade. A lot of them only went up to the 5th grade because they went to work. But y'all, look at the current administration. Look at what's happening. Look what's going on. And y'all got to get out here and be productive in your community. Know what's going on. Take advantage of the right to vote locally. Like you need to go and be a part of your local government, because your local government is determined who gets into that national seat, y'all. It all starts local. So you got to start being a part of that vote. So coming up next year, y'all vote. People finna. You got to be ready to vote. You can't wait till the 4 year vote. That's not the only one that counts. The 2 year votes are the ones that really matter, because it's your local. Your local. So y'all get on it and be a part of your business. Get on your business and be a part of your community, y'all. We matter. Our voice matter, and we need to be heard. And we can't keep sitting and just watching, because nobody has your best interest. You got to have your own best interest. So get up and do something. So y'all, what do y'all want to leave with the people before we close this call out today? What do y'all want the people to know? How would you like for someone to help, Mr. Holiday?
Miss Angela,
Yeah.
I want y'all to I want y'all to hear me from state representatives, rehabilitation representatives, regional directors, the governor, and the parole board house, and tell them that these people are hustling to this FI6 program way past our dates. We need somebody to step up. That's the only way something gonna get done. Because if not, we'll be still sitting here. We got dudes that sitting here 3 and 4 months trying to go home to their little one, but ain't nobody saying that.
Right. Well,
I
Shanette wanted
want
to say something. Shanette.
I want you to okay, I want to address. You said you want to be transferred, but I just looked it up on their website. Is that if they transfer you to a unit, another unit, that's going to affect. That's going to be. It's going to take them longer to get you out of there. It's going to change your parole date. I'm looking at that right now.
If they transfer me to another unit, it's gonna change my parole date.
She
To
said
another unit.
She said she just looked up on the computer and she said if they transfer you, it's going to change your parole date. So, are you really wanting people to reach out about transferring, or you just want people to reach out about getting you home? Because if they transfer you, Shanette said that it's going to change your parole date, and you might want to you might want to check on that before we start telling people to ask for your transfer. Because if it's
Now
going to
that's
affect your parole date, I'm sure you don't want that. So you might want
now
to
that's
check
what I
on that
don't want.
first.
Now that's what I don't want. I want to make sure I want them to help me get released as soon
Okay.
as possible. That's what I don't want. I want to be released.
Then
So
also,
continue. I mean,
I'm
we're doing what we can to make these people do what they're supposed to do over there at that facility.
Angela, the thing
because
of it is,
I finished the
and I
That,
program.
want,
I'm
sh-
completed successfully.
Go ahead,
I'm
Shanette.
successfully
Go ahead,
finished.
Shanette.
and I want Mr. Holiday and all the other men to know that we care for them deeply, but we have to have the support of your loved ones standing with us as we do so much. Your loved ones need to stand along with us to show support that they gonna be there to, like in California, we had to send in letters to say that we was going, if my cousin needed support or needed someone to talk to, that we're going to be there for them. So we need the support of you guys, family, to stand with us. Our voice can only go so far, but if we have everybody speaking on you guys' behalf, it'll be better, and especially if it's coming from a loved one.
Right. So we need family members to get involved as well. We need family members to get involved. If your family members can want to contact us and we can work out a plan of action, that's fine. But family need to get involved because they need to see that the family is supporting, that they have family support, so that they can move forward. They want to see the
I ain't
family
got no
support.
I ain't got no problem with that at all. We will contact y'all at any time.
Okay.
Matter of fact, our family, I will have my family contact y'all today. On the first thing in the morning, they will call y'all. That way y'all can talk and negotiate on what's going on around the system. Period. Not just me, everybody else that got loved ones, because it's starting to be stressful to all of us. So we're gonna connect y'all today.
And I know that because my husband is in Colorado wrongfully for it's going to be 16 years in July, and he's fighting the system.
Right.
I'm the only one that's using my voice to stand up, and I'm going to continuously do that.
Right.
I put it out there to family members all the time. Don't forget about your loved ones that's behind the wall, regardless of what they do. Regardless of what they do. Some of the shenanigans, if they in there using drugs, no. We're gonna put a cap on that. We're gonna just stop. We're gonna cut that right there. No money going in. We're gonna stop that right now. But sending them pictures and cards and love and letting them know that we're there, yes, I support that. I hear in my husband's voice when he's having a bad day. When he be like, I don't know if I can do. Babe, you've been down all this time. You can do it.
Right.
So I know it's getting stressful, Mr. Holiday, but where is your faith? Where is your faith at? We got to hold on to our faith. That's all we got is our faith. Until somebody finally hear our voice. Until the representatives finally say, okay, you guys come on down here to the floor and talk to us about what's going
Right.
We got to hold on to our faith.
That's it. We can't. We got to hold on. And a lot of them, they have been wrongfully, overly incarcerated, and it's getting frustrating. It's getting hard. It's getting hard, and it seems like it's getting worse and worse. Instead of it getting better, you would think that systems would get better over time, especially when you are acknowledging and addressing these things. It's not like we don't know what's going on. We are bringing it to light. We have been bringing it to light. I don't know what was going on before I stepped into the picture, but for the last 3.5 years, I know what I've been doing. I know who I've been writing. I know who I've been saying before, and I know the changes that I have been seeing. I will not quit. I won't give up. I won't turn away because I see what is happening. It don't always happen in our time and when we want it to happen, but they're moving. And I can say that they're moving because as much as I complained and much as I did a lot of stuff, they were slow about doing stuff over at the McConnell unit, at the Conley unit, at Beto, and a lot of the other units that I have been working with. They have been slow about doing stuff. But these people realize now that I'm not playing, that I'm not going to back down, that I'm not going to stop, that I'm going to continue, and that I am going to allow these people to have a voice. I do blogs, I run magazine ads, I put this stuff out here. So if you don't want the truth to come forth, don't let them come in my path. Because if they come in my path, I'm going to put it out here in emails. I'm going to put it out here in the magazine. I'm going to put it out here in this podcast. I'm going to put it out here because the people need to know. The people need to know how their dollars are being spent. Just like over there in San Antonio, over there, what is that? No, San Antonio food truck food bank was donating food to I think it was the McConnell unit, one of those units over there. And there was an issue where all of the guards and the inmates that were working in the kitchen were getting privy to the food. They was getting privileged. They was Some of the inmates were taking foods home. They was taking the food home and not giving it to the inmates. And they was giving the inmates the stuff that was going bad and the stuff that they had them picked over. And that was not what the food bank had said. So I contacted the food bank and I asked, what was their policy and procedure with that. And I explained to them and I told them, see, people don't want you to start talking about the stakeholders. They don't want you to talk about the constituents. They don't want you to talk about the people that they are supposed to be serving. And when you start mentioning those names, they get to moving. They get to talking about action. And that's what you got to do. You got to let these people know that you are not playing with them. And if they don't want to do their job, they can be replaced because we vote. We
Yes,
vote
ma'am.
and we get these people out of there if they're not doing their job. So now all you got to do is go and write somebody. You got a loved one, write them about what's going on. Y'all hear what's going on in the state of Texas. It don't take a whole lot. Take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just write a letter. Let people know what is going on.
Right.
Because we can talk until we blue in the face and I can keep doing and we gonna keep it's the same thing. I mean, if you follow me and you come on these platforms and you hear you're probably saying, oh, y'all are saying the same thing over and over. It sounds like a repeated record. And it's gonna continue to sound like that until you do something about it. So my question to the people of Texas, what are you doing to help with the reform, the parole and the judicial system and everything that is going on in the state of Texas that is affecting your people? What are y'all doing? Are y'all getting up and voting? I can't say y'all even voting because there's precincts that only having 6 and 10% turnout. How? When you have a population of 30 and 40,000, how is only 6% turning out? That means ain't nobody going to vote. So if you're not voting, then you were a part of the 36% that did not vote, and Donald Trump only won by 31% of the votes. So more did not vote than allowed this man to win. So you right now, and we're not he not the real problem because this has been going on. We're not blaming him for the prison system problem. Well, I just had to throw him in about the problems of now, what's going on now. But as far as the prison system, this has been going on, y'all, and it was never designed for us. If you go back and you understand why the prison system was set up, then you know it was not designed for us. And what it was designed for, it was designed to keep slaves in prison if they ran away. So guess what? Now, what they're doing.
Okay. Ma'am, can I say something?
Say
Here
whatever.
it is, ma'am. You are absolutely correct on that. They have now rented us out to the Management Training Corporation, which is a private facility. Okay? And now these people are getting a check off of us. The parole board is flooding. The parole board is flooding the Management Training Corporation, which is an AA management program or alcoholic anonymous program with FI6 inmates. Thousands of FI6 inmates a day are getting FI6 parole programs. But these people are holding these people constantly up to 18, 19 to 2 years after being approved for the parole in this management training corporation. So now my question now is to ask anybody who's in the state of Texas to contact the director of the Training Management Corporation and find out why is it that the Dominguez State Jail Felony Unit, who is housing FI6 inmates, are still being housed in prison after being completed with their program, which is classified as an overflow.
You know
So I
why?
would dare
You
ask
you
the
y'all
housing
asking
unit.
why? We ain't got to ask why. We know why. Because they getting paid. And every bed that's filled, they getting paid for that bed. So when the bed is empty, they're not getting paid. So they trying to make sure that you said some people went out. So they got to make sure they got people to fill those beds before they let any more. So they not letting none of y'all go no more. They're not letting nobody else go until they got people that's coming in to fill up those beds. That's what they're doing. You want to know? Follow the
Yes,
paper trail.
ma'am.
I keep telling y'all, follow the paper trail. It's not rocket science. It is not
No,
rocket
ma'am,
science.
it's not.
We making it seem like
Because
it's
we
so
have to
hard.
sign a paper every day. We have to sign a piece of paper every day to show that we
That's
are
how these people
verified.
get paid, Cornell. You got to have a register. You got to have a roster. You got to be able to track it because when they go get ready to file their income tax, when they get ready to file, anybody that do taxes, anybody that do records, anybody that know, you got to be accountable. So they got to have their records. So they got to have your sign-in sheets. I know that because I worked for a food service program. And you know what? They said anybody under 18 could eat at these places. So it was up to us as the facility coordinators and stuff to track who came through the program. So we had to literally check off everybody that came through there. So people got to keep up with this. They got to keep up with the records. That's what's going on. That's why y'all got to sign in. And it's got to be in your signature. It's got to be in your name. So they want to make sure that it's actually somebody and it's not being forged. So that's why they have y'all sign in because these people are getting paid. They're getting paid for every signature on that paper for every day that you go there. So know that ain't nothing new. Don't take it don't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. It's all about the money. When you operate in $1 trillion industry, that is $1 trillion industry, and not to mention the underhanded stuff that's going on. We talk about the drugs that flow through the prison system. We all know what happened
Yes,
down in
ma'am.
Texas and how that warden was running drugs through that prison system. They do it all the time. They doing it all the time because these inmates do not get to go out and stand on the corner and solicit for drugs. So how is it getting in there? These contractors and these correction officers. It's just point blank and simple. When they deal with that, then they can address that issue. They don't want to deal with it because they know that that's how these people are making money. They don't want to pay the correction officers what they should be paid. So this is how these people make money. We talk about these $20 phones that they go to the General Dollar and the Family Dollar and all these stores and pay $20 from, and then they will sneak them into the jails and give them to inmates, and they charge inmates 1,000, 1,500, 3,000, 500. That's how they make their money.
Mm-hmm.
We
That's
all
how they make
we
their money.
know that. We know that, and that's why they are not addressing this issue. And why? Because it's affecting too many of us black people, black and brown people. As long as it's affecting the black and brown people, they do not care. And as long as it's affecting us in a negative way. So now, what are we as black and brown people? What are we doing? What are we doing to address the issues within the prison system? I hear a lot of these podcasts. I'm one of them. But what are we doing? Are we contacting these people? Are we contacting the representatives? Are we making a stand? I've pretty much made my stand and going forth with it. So Texas, you'll see me.
Well, yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, for all that y'all do is advocating on our behalf because I have been here with y'all and I have seen the work that y'all have done. I've seen progress in the work that y'all have done, being a voice. You and Miss Jeanette Johnson of Let's Talk About It. I'm her co-host, and I can tell you, y'all are very passionate about what y'all do, and we appreciate y'all and we respect y'all for everything that y'all doing. We saw for our for ourselves here that these people did come to this unit because y'all advocated it for them to come to see what the conditions are. And yes, they did come, man. Over 40 of them came. We saw this for ourselves. And they have been here for the past 2, 3 weeks constantly in the Dominguez State Jail Felony Unit because everything that you said, you posted this in your magazine. Amazing, Aspiring Authors magazine. Everything that you say, you do post it in your magazine. So people can go read it. It's not just us making this stuff up. You actually pushed the appeal for these people to come, and they came. So we thank y'all very much, man, for what y'all do. So now this Training Management Corporation, we're asking for the public to contact or email whoever you have to email to tell them people they need to come themselves and see what's going on right here at the Dominguez State Jail Felony Facility and find out how are they going to get these people out of here and get these people to put their loved ones to the units that they need to go to in order for these people to be released because they got too many people in here waiting to go home and are getting frustrated and losing their FIs just because they cannot be released. And that's not right. These people are making billions of dollars off us a year, and they don't want to let us go. You got county jails filled up to the capacity, man, waiting to come to TDC. So how is it that the public is waiting and paying taxes for people to come from the county jails to TDC, and TDC is not releasing nobody? It's too much.
Jeanette want to say something.
That needs to be fixed. Yes, ma'am.
Cornell, you just said something. My little mind just don't went blank real because I was on the internet googling something. My heart really goes out to you guys that completed the program. I just looked on their website, and it says that they cannot hold you past your release date now unless there's a detainer on you.
And see, that's the thing, Shanette. That's the thing. They completed the program, but they have not given them a release date. That's the thing. They when they send them to the program, their release date is whatever the program time is upon completion. They'll say 6 months. Go ahead, Cornell. Tell them.
It's upon completion, and you're absolutely right, Miss Smith. It's upon completion, ma'am. And we have completed the program, but these guys are being held 4, 5, 6, 7 months after completion. Now, they don't have detainers. You're absolutely right. So Mrs. Chanette got a thing on her screen showing that you have to be held after.
But what I was trying to explain what I was trying to explain is they don't have release dates, Chanette. So that's how they get around. That's how they get to do what they're doing is because they're not putting a release date in the system. They're putting it contingent to them completing the program. So they have to complete the program, and then they'll give them a release date. So we don't know when they will get a release date, even after they complete the program. So again, I go back to it should be done in classification when they come in. They should know every step of their process along the process. Don't care where it is facilitated at, but the process should still be the process. You can send them to whatever facility you want to, but the process should always be that process.
And see now, now I remember what I was saying. I believe this is my belief. The reason why they not giving after they complete the program and they're not releasing them, giving them release dates, they know them men is gonna get frustrated. They know they gonna get in there and somebody gonna bump into them.
Yeah, that's what they want. They want them if so now they know that they've completed this program. They know they're ready to go. They know they're ready. So now it's just about and I said that from the conditions of this facility. The condition of that facility was to break these people. Instead of helping these people transition back into the world and providing them with resources to help them transition back into the world, that facility over there was designed to break them. Because you're talking about living in third world conditions. You had one urinal that when you flush it, it bring stuff up out the flow, and it was flooding the flow. Everything was unhumane. You putting somebody in this situation that's getting ready to come back home. You're not preparing them to transition to the real world. But you got facilities that have big 72-inch TVs mounted on their walls. But you're not showing these people how to use the current electronics, because remind you, some of these people been incarcerated for 20, 30, 40 years. So you've taken most of their youth away from them. So the world has evolved. You talk about technology. Technology has evolved since these people been in prison. A lot of these people don't know how to use no cell phone. They, thank God, they know how to use tablets, because they start giving them tablets within the prison system. But they don't know how to use cell phones. They don't know how to use a lot of this technology. So why are you not teaching them in the transition phase of the programs how to transition and be a part of the world, so that they don't come back? Because that's not what they want. They want you to be a revolving door, because they figured out how they can make millions. They've figured out how they can make trillions, because y'all, there's companies, and a lot of us support these companies that are making money off of these people in prison. McDonald's, you got, and not only that, it's a whole nother story and show, and we ain't gonna get into it today. But we can go over to Alabama, and we can talk about how these people was transporting um inmates to work real jobs beside real workers, and paying them nothing. But then they were getting paid as if they was workers, but they was not getting the money. The actual prison was getting the money. Yeah, it's an actual big time lawsuit in Alabama. And not only that, they was letting inmates drive other inmates. Like they was letting these people go out like they was real. Yeah, we have a case right now. An inmate was driving another inmate, lost control of the car, and inmates got hurt. Yeah, this is what's going on, and it's going on in the state of Alabama. That's happening in Alabama. So, question: this is what's happening all over the United States, y'all. It's not just the isolated incident that's happening in Texas. Y'all, this is happening. And why is it happening to our people? This is happening to our people because why? They want to keep us down. They want to keep us in bondage. But y'all, we got to come together. We got to stand together, and we got to fight against this judicial system. So if you're in the state of Texas, y'all, we're asking you to stand up, speak out, and to help these people that are being overly incarcerated. Once they have completed these programs, transition these people back into the real world so that they can be productive citizens. So you don't have to keep footing this bill, because we're paying, our taxpayer dollars are going to the housing of these inmates. And that is one of the reasons why I stay on it like that. Because if we got to pay for it.
But don't forget, we're going to talk about this on July the 15th on Let's Talk About It too. So remember, let's talk about it, and the Crew Podcast and the Free Texas Campaign, we're going to do what we're supposed to do and be a voice and advocate. So thank y'all, man, for having me on, okay? Bye.
So y'all, again, so you got to see firsthand me and my the atmosphere and what we do. So this is me behind the scenes, really. This is how I maneuver and operate and do the things that I do. So this is day 4 of our day 21 days of visibility, our 21-day challenge, y'all. So you get a firsthand experience of what I do, and a little bit about me. So thank you guys for jumping on, and Shanette, thank you for always being available.
You are so welcome. It's always a pleasure to come and sit and chit chat about stuff that I'm so passionate about.
So I want to encourage you guys to tune in tonight. We will be back at 8 o'clock. Tonight we have Minister Prophetess Alma Thomas. She is going to be sharing. Her show is titled Inspirational Moments with Prophetess T. So I guarantee you're gonna get some inspiration. So I want you guys to tune in. I am going to try to stream also through TikTok, so you guys can get to see a little bit of what we're doing over there on the network. But if you can, I want y'all to go on over to YouTube and make sure that you follow us on YouTube. You can go to the Crew Podcast. Or you can go to AALAC Aspiring Authors Magazine YouTube page and subscribe. Stay connected and see what we are doing and how we're out here impacting our community. Even when you can't see us on these social media sites, you can stay connected with us and stay in the loop of what we are doing. So I definitely encourage you guys to get involved, get involved, get involved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's all. Shanette, you want to say something before we leave?
Yes, you know what? I need you guys to tune in to Let's Talk About It on June the 16th. I have a special guest that I would love for you guys to hear. I'm going to put out my number just in case you guys want to talk to her. Her name is Gwen Smalls. She is the cousin of Henrietta Locke. Her brother died in police custody. She also is an author. So you guys do not want to miss that show. We're going to have a lot of information. We have a lot to talk about. And please, if you can, if you remember, put it on your calendar. Um, Come on over and join me and Cornell June 16th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Amen, amen, amen. Again, I want to thank everybody for jumping on and tuning in. I want to thank everyone that shared. If you are on TikTok, please, please make sure that you are sharing this out. Go over, check out some of our reels, like, share, and subscribe. If you're not following us, make sure that you follow us, y'all. Follow us, follow us, follow us, and we will follow back. We will follow back. And that's on all platforms. We want to make sure that we are connecting and supporting each other, y'all. It's all about connecting, collaborating, creating, and community building. I stand on those four C's, y'all. I stand on those four C's. Again, I am the visionary here on the Crew Podcast, Aspiring Authors Magazine, and AALAC, the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign. And y'all, we are coming to a city near you soon. If I don't see you in Chicago, hope to see you in Spartanburg. If you don't come to Spartanburg, hope to see you in New York. Y'all, we headed to California in November. So mark your calendars and get ready to go to the Sunshine State. And I get to see my friend. So y'all, make sure you're following us. Make sure you're supporting. And we appreciate you guys. We will see y'all tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Inspirational moments with Prophetess T. I am the queen. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your evening until we meet again. Angel in there whining.